Hey friend, welcome to our first team training session of April. We are tackling all upper body today, so it's gonna be spicy. We're gonna be on the ground, although there will be options to add maybe an incline if you need a break. You'll want at least one moderate weight and one lighter weight. We will be doing push-ups, so feel free to give your wrists a little extra prep, or if you don't want to do push-ups, grab weights that you can chest press instead. What else do you need to know? We are doing crunches, so you'll want either a pillow or your barre ball, that's what this is called. Not necessary, you can use anything for a little bit of padding under your low back, or you can do it without if you prefer. We're moving a little more patiently today to really break down some form, but if you have any questions, check out the form check links below, or drop a comment, set up a time to meet, shoot me an email. Let's do this. Hello, my friends, welcome and welcome back to the Energy Academy, and welcome to April. Meet you down on the floor. We're gonna circle out our wrists. Ooh, I went too hard right away. Don't do that. Go nice and gentle. We're gonna be spending some time in plank today, some time supporting ourselves on our hands. So let's take a moment and actually give them some TLC. When you've had enough, we can go the other way. Excellent. Anytime you find something clicky or creaky, slowing down to be with it. Anytime you need to take a break and come back to this in class, that is a good place to be. We'll be doing some push-ups, so, don't get scared. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna move into our quadruped position. I'm gonna go hands a little closer together, knees wider apart. If you'd like to stand up, put your hands on something, you're welcome to do that as well. I'm gonna take my right hand behind my head, twisting my elbow open behind me, and bringing it in. Twisting open, and bringing it in. I'm trying not to move my hips too much. They are gonna move a little, that's okay. I'm trying to find my full wingspan as I stretch open. And then release. Again, you could be pressing into the wall for this, so give yourself a little bit of feedback. You could just press down into the floor. I'm gonna go for about 2 more reps here. We're trying to get the thoracic spine. You can think of just like what your rib cage attaches to. We're trying to get that to twist on top of the lumbar spine, moving at our mid-back. We'll switch to the other side, bringing that elbow in and peeling it open. Good, keep going with that. Got some more friends here. Good, slower is always gonna be better here. Slow and steady. If you did like 3 really tender, complete reps, I'd be so fine with that. If you'd like a little bit of assistance with your twist, and you're comfy doing this, you can also reach around to the other side of your rib cage and peel open that way. It can help you feel where that twist is coming from, but it's also like a big old pretzel. Good, my friends, I'm going about 2 more reps here. This could be a good time to sit back, get off your wrists for a second. We're gonna do a little bit of plank practice building up from the floor. If at any point you would like to take a planking motion from your coffee table, from your couch, anything under your hands or elbows to support you, pretty much all of these moves translate, okay? I will talk you through there, but that's what I mean if I say incline. Where we're starting today is we're gonna bring it all the way down, tummy time. I'm gonna put my elbows about shoulder width apart. You can either go hands on parallel tree tracks, hands holding each other. I'm gonna think about digging down into the ground through the pinky side of my wrist, dragging my elbows towards my hips. I'm gonna tuck my toes, digging my elbows, dragging my elbows. And I'm gonna slowly slurp up from the floor like this. It's not the most graceful way to build a plank, but what I want you to focus on feeling is this connection between the bottom ribs and the front pockets, right? Plank is not just holding still, it is feeling this little line up where our ribs and our pelvis are perfectly stacked, even when we're horizontal. So thinking about almost like a mini crunch, connecting bottom rib to the front pockets. Yeah, that movement is gonna serve us well in the future. So we're gonna go for only 15 seconds here. I care about this being intense. I don't care about it being long, yeah? Starting down, you could also take this from the hands if you want. I like to feel those elbows dig in. Let's do this. We dig down so much the hips start to lift. Tuck the toes if you like. You can also take this from the knees. Tuck your bottom ribs into your front pockets for 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Brilliant. Even quote unquote just from the knees, even only 15 seconds of shaking and quaking, yeah? A plank is very challenging isometric hold, so try to make this more intense. Lean into that. Here we go. One more time. 15 seconds on in 3, 2, 1. I'm digging down through the elbows, down, 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 down. Tuck the bottom ribs and start to lift. I tuck my toes. Woo! Ribs and hips connected, zipping up the front for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. How'd we do? If you need to peel up, let your low back relax for a second, soften your glutes, go for that. I'm gonna talk you through our first of 3 supersets today. We're gonna start with push-up practice. You can take this from the knees, you can take this from extended legs, you can take this from your incline. What we are all going to do is set up in our plank. We're going to lower down as slowly as possible. I'm talking like a solid 3, 2, 1, you get the picture. Lowering as slowly down to the ground as you can, and then peeling back up to the top. If this is not hard enough for you, what you can do is lower down as slowly as you possibly can, really juicing that eccentric, and then push up from the bottom. Otherwise, climb up however you need to. Again, knees, toes, whatever. We're gonna have 30 seconds to practice. I care about you getting in quality practice. I don't care about how many reps you do, yeah? If you do not want to do push-ups, now the music's distracting me. If you don't want to do push-ups, we can swap this out for chest press on our back. It's going to be a very similar setup where our wrists are stacked under or over our elbows. We're dropping those elbows down kind of close to our sides, not up by our ears, not all the way tucked in, anywhere in here. Wrists are stacked over those elbows to help us push securely, whether you're pushing up or chest pressing. Capiche? We're then going to superset this with our pillow crunches. You know I love these so much. The pillow is going to give us room to drape, come out of that plank hold, separate the ribs and the hips, and then our crunch is going to be a little tucked in and up to that planking position. Practicing coming to that brace. If you'd like to take it without the ball, you can come down from the floor. Either way, we're going to exhale, tug the ribs into the hips, and slowly lower. This is going to also be for 30 seconds. I care about breath and quality of movement. I don't care about as many crunches as possible. Yeah? All right, that was a lot of talking. Let's get into it. Setting up for our first 30 seconds of push-ups. We're gonna do this 2 times through. I'll meet you there in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lowering down as slowly as possible. Hold on to that plank. Woo. We're really slowing down that eccentric, that lowering portion. Again, if you do 2 really quality reps and then you need to rest, that's good, that's your practice. We've got about 10 seconds left here. Done in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let it go. Swapping out for that ball crunch, pillow, folded up sweatshirt. You get the drift. I'm tucking this against my back pockets, so my low back has a little support. I'm gonna hold on behind my thighs so I have some support. If you wanna go hands behind the head, that is extra load. It's gonna be extra work. Great way to level this up. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reach back. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Woo. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, puff your back into the ball. Belly and back are moving. You are inflating as we stretch out. Exhale, hug everything in. Good, and in 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Ooh, roll off to the side if you like. That one's intense, no? It always sneaks up on you. Oh, we're gonna repeat this one more time. I'm gonna take a few more moments to rest here, get some more iced coffee. This was free today. That is one corporation that did something correct, sort of gaslighting us on this April Fool's Day. All right, back to those push-ups. Remember, we're focusing on that very slow eccentric. That is time under tension. That is more work, fewer reps. That's why it's hard. That's the point. Yeah, you get it. I'm gonna take these from the knees in case you're there and you want a buddy. We'll practice for 30 seconds and then we're moving on to some new moves. So one last crack at push-ups today. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. I'm lowering down. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna let it go, climb back up to the top, reset. You don't have to be going quite as slow as I am, but if you're feeling good, if you're feeling not too challenged by this, either pick a different variation or really, really slow down that eccentric. There's a lot of strength to be had there. We're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Ooh, back to these crunches. I'll do it without a ball in case you're there and you want a buddy. I'm gonna plant my feet at about 90 degrees. Now I am going hands behind my head, still thinking about that same action of bringing ribs and hips together. In 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Exhale, bring it in. And return as you inhale. I like to do crunches about half tempo from where we normally do them. We want to focus on that muscular control, not on creating as much movement in the spine as possible, bashing your vertebrae into the ground. Take your time. A few reps here can be incredibly potent. Good, done in 3, 2, 1, and let it go, let it rest. Brilliant, you take your break. I'm gonna show you what's coming next. Ooh, we've got a fancy little side repeat. I'm gonna grab my more moderate weight and my lighter weight and keep them nearby me. I'm setting up for my diagonal row. These ones are tricky if they don't feel right to you. It's a tricky one. You might want a form check, you might want a one-on-one. I'm setting up in my quadruped position, one hand on this dumbbell. I'm going to extend the leg on the same side as the dumbbell hand, and then I'm going to twist shoulders and hips towards the dumbbell. I'm setting up to pull across my chest like a bow and arrow, okay? You're gonna wanna pull that elbow high near the ear, don't do it. Pulling across the chest, palm facing down towards your feet. Cool? I'm tilting off to the side as much as I need to. I can bring this weight closer to me. I can move my foot around to give me more support from this tripod. You can go wide if you like. I don't care. What I care about is this one strong pull across the body, nice and wide, and back down. If you prefer, you can take the standing from a hinge, nice high, wide, bent over row. This is going to be more supportive for the back, for the neck. I won't finish that. Yeah? We're gonna go 8 on this side. Then I'm gonna switch back to that square quadruped position. I'm gonna bring my lighter weight in. We're doing a single side reverse fly. Up and out, and lowering down. Because my body is parallel to the floor, I can lift straight up to the ceiling. I've talked to a lot of you about how in this position, when we're hinging, we need to go behind ourselves, not straight up to the sky. This is the time where now to fight gravity, we can go straight up to the sky. We're gonna be there for 6 reps. These are challenging. We're doing all on one side, all on the other side. 1 repeat. If you need to drop the weight and go slower, take fewer reps with a heavier weight or take more reps with a lighter weight. This is a great time to adjust, get a baseline for this month, see how these moves feel. Yeah? Let's get right into it. I'll give you little tips as we go through. Setting up on your first side, you can put your planking hand on another dumbbell if you need a little bit more elevation or just to not grab the flat ground. Here we go. We pull across and forward. Good. I'm looking at the ground. My heart is aiming at the ground, but I'm pulling out to the side of me, right to my armpit and back down. This is 4. You're gonna feel your core turning on here. Your lower body has to support you, so if you wanna move your feet around, give yourself a more stable base, go for it. Here's my last one. and lower. I'm gonna move my heavier weight out of the way, grab my lighter one, right into this quadruped position. You can always go up on your fist on the other side. We peel out to the side and down. If we're in tabletop position, this is opening up like a table leaf, yeah? Right out to the side. I'm going 3 more. This one is even more challenging, even with less weight. Here's my last one. Woo. I'm gonna take a little break, roll out those wrists. That's a lot, don't be afraid to hit me with those questions. Or if you're watching this later, take the time, pause, watch the form checks. We're gonna switch right to the other side. I'm gonna face away from you so you have a back view of this. You can just keep doing what you're doing, yeah? Setting up in my plank, extending my leg, tilting to the side to make room. Here we go. I drag this across my body and lower. Big pull. Remember, we're pulling low across the chest, not high across the collarbones. It's a subtle distinction that's gonna make a big difference in how comfy you are in the long term. Thinking about growing out of the crown of the head, stretching the spine as long as possible. I'm going 2 more. You don't need to twist your shoulders that much. It's the arm that's moving around you. I'm gonna move this heavy weight out of the way. I'm gonna grab my lighter weight. I probably used to be doing something even lighter for these single side reverse flies. Here we go, 6 steady reps. I open up and lower. Tuck a tennis ball under your chin, face aimed at the floor. Heart open to the floor. If you feel wiggly, you can tuck your big toes. Whew. I'm going 2 more. Here's my last one. Good. And when you're done, let it go. When we are holding ourselves up in plank, so the other side can do all the hard work, the other side of your body is still planking, yeah? So if you need extra rest time, if this is feeling more challenging than just a row, yes, that makes sense. We are being efficacious with our time here, but that can sometimes be more frustrating when it comes to being like, oh, I want to do something that feels really hard, but why am I not recovering as fast as possible? We got a holy shit balls from Amy. I try to keep these curse free, which is impossible because I swear like a sailor, but sometimes you need a holy shit balls. It's a lot, right? This is all back of the shoulder stuff. This is all posture. This is all carrying. You're doing great. All right, we're gonna tuck into this one more time. Again, only one more time each side. Only, big quotes around that. Let's do it. All right, find that plank, tipping off to the side. Again, you can take this like a big crouch if you need to for more support. Let's do this. Grip it and rip it. Pull to the side. And lower. Good. Imagine that elbow pulling out like a marionette. Your wing is dragging this back. I'm going 4 more. Good. Last 2. And last 1. I'm gonna swap out for the lighter weight. Same side. Reminder, you can come up onto the dumbbell if you want extra support for your resting side. We peel out and open. And lower. I was feeling like I wanted to be challenged today, so I'm using weights that are at the top of my capacity for these movements. If your weights are slightly less challenging for you, you might add in an even slower tempo, especially on that eccentric, lowering back to where we came from. There's a lot of extra work waiting there. Whew. Here's my last one. And let go. Shake it up. I mean, if this song won't get you going, what will? One last time through. If we were doing a 3rd round, I would absolutely need to drop the weight for this. Woo, so if you need to cut some reps, If you're finding failure faster than you like to, don't be afraid to mess around with the numbers. The numbers are just a suggestion. All right, here we go. Grip it and rip it. 8 big rows. Pulling open. And lower. You are Tarzan, king of the jungle. This is a vine climbing prep. Good. I was so proud last Thanksgiving was the first time I've ever been able to successfully complete the monkey bars, which is a little embarrassing for me. And I completely did it just to impress my fiance's nieces, but it worked. Here's my last one. You can scream at yourself, I will be the cool aunt. All right, other side, reverse flies. Here we go. Peeling open. Peeling open. Keeping my heart pointed down to the floor. Trying to maintain that nice wide wingspan. I'm going 2 more. And last one. Rest. When you are ready, you get to rest. I'm gonna show you what's coming next. Good news is we're done with push-ups. Good news is we're getting down to our backs. Bad news is it's gonna be spicy. All right, I'm gonna use my moderate weight for this. Also option to use 2 lighter weights if you prefer. Let me just show you. Legs are bent to 90 degrees. If you want support for your low back, if you want to pad up so you have something to press into, that's a good idea. I've got this weight over me. I'm going to reach back from my shoulders. Open your armpits up to the sky. The arm moves as a lever. We're only pivoting from the shoulders. I'm going to exhale, pull this down. You can imagine if you were sitting up, pulling a rope, that is the movement that we're doing. It feels like a push because the way gravity is working on us, but it's actually a pull from your lats. Kelly says, sheesh, this is the beginning of the month. I know, right? We're gonna get so strong this month. So we're pulling down. The thing I want you to watch here is those bottom ribs. They're going to want to pull up to the sky to create more movement for us when we go overhead. I want you to think about keeping them tucked into your back, to your front pockets rather, yeah? Reaching up overhead only as far as you can go. This can be a very constricting position, so don't freak out if it's not very far at all. That's okay. We're gonna exhale, push down, using the core to move that way. Cool? Pulling, inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Inhale, reach back, exhale, pull. Option, if you need more of a challenge, to bring the legs up to tabletop or to add a little dead bug dip leg alternating if you like. Then we're gonna go into some supported skull crushers. I'm gonna use my lighter weight for this, and I'm going 1 arm at a time. We had a little preview of these last month. I'm stacked up under my knuckles. I'm imagining my wrist is in a cast. I'm gonna take my resting arm and bring it against my bicep, giving my elbow enough room to pivot. I'm dipping down through the thumb side and pressing up through the pinky side. Press into this resting hand. This is your brace, so you can push a little more weight than you usually do, or so you can feel supported. You don't have to worry about stabilizing. 6 on one side, 6 on the other. We'll repeat the whole shebang 1 more time. Yeah? I'll talk you through when we get there. Again, if you'd rather use 2 lighter weights than 1 heavier dumbbell, if you'd rather grab it by the butts, go for it. I like to hold it by just 1 butt. Planting my feet, melting my back into the floor. Here I go. Inhale, dip. Am I gonna hit the wall? No. Exhale, pull. Reaching overhead. Exhale, pull it down. Good. When you inhale to reach, inflate your invisible turtle shell into the floor. Exhale, push through that weight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. I'm about halfway through, going for 8 reps here. That is negotiable. My arms are frozen like a Barbie doll, only pivoting from the shoulder socket. Woo, I'm going 2 more. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. I'm gonna bring that weight down softly, setting up for my skull crusher. Just one side. Knuckles pointing up to the sky, bicep supported, wrist stiff. I dip and I press. Woo. I dip and I press. You do not need to go beyond 90 degrees bend in this arm, and 90 degrees is gonna happen sooner than you think. So again, don't underestimate how much a little bit of movement can be here. Ooh, here's my last one. Pressing up, and I'm gonna switch right to the other side. Here we go, holding that bicep, squaring off. I dip, and I press. Press the working arm into the resting arm, that's what it's there for. Ooh, when we utilize support, we get to do harder work. That's the point. It's not a cheat code, it's teamwork. I'm going 2 more. Pressing up, and last one, dip, and press, and bring it down nice and soft. I'm staying down on the ground. How are we doing? You okay? Woo. If you need a break for being on your back, roll off to the side to take a break. You could also add a wedge pillow underneath you. That can be really helpful here. You can also pause and take more rest time than I'm giving you to recover enough to do this again, yeah? Oh, I'm so happy we're only doing this one more time. I feel like I have more things to say, but I'll wait until you tell me that you need anything from me, otherwise I'll assume we're Gucci good to go, and we'll go again, I think. Whew. All right. Are you ready? Back to those pullovers. If you feel like you're having trouble managing your low back, you can take legs up to tabletop, but rest your heels on maybe your couch, and that can help a lot. Don't be afraid to take the time to finagle that. All right, here we go. Just 8 reps. It's just 8. We can do that. I inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Only going back as far as I can control it. You could get a lot out of this just by dipping slightly, pushing on your exhale. Good. I'm going 4 more. Pull that weight down. Inhale, reach. Climb the rope in gym class. 2 more. Here's my last one. And I'm gonna let it go, bring that down. Setting up for the skull crusher. Oh man. All right, one arm up. Set up the support. Here we go, I dip. And press. You can imagine your yoga mat is a magic carpet, and Aladdin is singing to you to get you through these skull crushers. Ooh, at the beginning of the last set, I was like, I probably could have done these with something heavier. And now I am grateful that I was not taken down by hubris today. All right, here's my last one. If you want another one, you can have it. I'm switching to the second side. Here we go, set up for support. I dip and press. Woo. Dip and press. The triceps, the back of your arm is contracting to straighten out that arm. Ooh, 3 more. Are you still breathing? Last 2, here we go. Very last one for me. Press through it and let it go. Soften, bring that weight down. Let's take a second to starfish here. Let your arms rest. Ooh, well done, my friends. This was spicier than I think a lot of us anticipated. Certainly me. All right, let's knock over to one side. I'm gonna lay on my left side, reaching my arms in front of me, and then I'm going to keep my hips and knees stacked, kind of, pulling my right arm open across my chest, reaching back behind me. You can bring it back in, take this leg of flow, opening up. You could even go hand behind the head if that's feeling a little gentler. But if it feels good, you can extend and stretch here. Maybe bring your left hand to the top of your right knee, pulling yourself gently into this twist. Reaching all the way up through the right fingertips. Oh, stretching out that right wing, the front of the shoulder. All our pushing muscles. And on your next exhale, let's let it go. Let's switch to the other side. Fetal position on the right side. If you need to stay fetal after this, I won't blame you. And peeling open. Oh. I want to remind you that sound is an excellent release. You're actually not stronger if you can suffer in silence, you know? Let the heavy breaths come out. You can swear at me, you can sing along, you can just groan and make some haunted house noises, whatever you need to do. Let's breathe into the front of that extended shoulder. Imagine you had gills in your armpit. One more deep breath in, inflating yourself like a balloon animal. And exhale, we can let it untwist. I'm coming back to tabletop. I'm going to give you a hint at where we're going, but I'm going to take this from the wall in case you're sick of being on the floor. We're going to reach up with one arm, and we're going to tuck it down and underneath. Coming to the back of that shoulder, stretching under pulling muscles now as we twist. I'm going to show you on the wall because it's easier to see, and because you've always got this option. I'm going to reach out with my left. I'm going to tuck it through across the right side of my body. I'm going to bring the back of my left shoulder towards the wall. I can use my right hand for a little leverage into the twist. I can rest my head if I want. You can use the same leverage on the floor if you're down there. When you find a twist that suits you, maybe you think about stretching a little bit more from crown to tail. Finding expansiveness. And your next exhale, let's let it go. Maybe you roll out that shoulder. Switch to the other side. Take the time for the full prep. Reach, tuck in, twist. Oh. If you're here and you want a little more, you can also take that resting arm and reach it back behind you. Continue the twist. Oh man. Deep breaths into the sides of your ribs, all the way down into your back pockets, into your belly, let your belly move. One more deep breath. And on your exhale, let it go. Shake it out. Bring it in. We end every class with a big virtual high five. See if you can lift your arms up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bada boom. Thanks so much for being here today. Remember, this is a great time to make a note to self about what feels good, what your goals are, what needs some work, what you're hoping to get out of this month, whatever you'd like to come back to over the course of the month to really feel your progress. Let me know how this went today. Tag me in your sweaty selfies, and I'll see you later.